Y'all like my hair? My daughter did it. It is 11:39 and I have basically 20 minutes to get ready. I have my post-op appointment today. On Friday, it will have been officially 2 weeks since I had my HS excision surgery. So we're gonna get ready for that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with my hair. Because, yeah, so let me tell you. I actually put braids in my hair right before my surgery because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do my hair like that. And I thought it would be okay if I used Shine and Jam. And it was in fact not okay because my hair was frizzy literally a week after and I was wrapping my hair. So literally the day before the Super Bowl, I just took all them braids out because it looked like I had them braids in my hair for a whole month and didn't wrap my hair not one day. Like, my hair was so freaking frizzy. So now it is in desperate need of a wash. It is super crusty, super, and I can't wash it. Look at this, my hair's so, y'all. I can't wash it. And my husband, he's been so busy with working and all that, that we just haven't found the time for him to be able to wash it for me. So, I don't know how long I gotta remain with my hair crusty like this. Like, I can barely, I can barely get my arm up. Who is it? Who's me? For some reason, my baby, she doesn't feel good. I don't know why. She seemed to have like a little bit of a fever. So I gave her some, what did I give her? I gave her some Motrin a little while ago. Oh, I got flakes galore. And it's like, I do not like when my hair has like a bunch of product in it and it's just like greasy and just, I can't stand it, y'all. Like, I really can't stand it, but I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me get dressed. All right, so we're on the way to my appointment. We're running late, actually. 9 minutes to be exact, because people don't know how to hurry up. But anyway, so y'all, I had this whole vlog before this surgery planned out for y'all, and it just did not go as planned. And then I wound up accidentally deleting all the footage. So honestly, I wanted to like crash out about the whole situation, but I just took a break. I took a pause, and I try not to think about vlogging or YouTube for at least 2 weeks now. But I did want to update you guys on what was going on with my skin and, you know, the surgery that I just had and all of that. So pretty much basically last February, I wound up starting a new job. And when I was getting ready to start the new job, I kind of was feeling like, okay, like I feel kind of good. I was in a space where like I felt like, because I had a procedure done on my right arm, so I was in a space where I was kind of gaining my mobility back with my right arm. And so I was like, okay, you know, I think I could go back to work. But shortly after going back to work, my skin just kind of got really, really bad. It went from, I'll say like 0 to 100 in like the span of like a couple of months. And then my grandmother had passed in April, and so I think, like, you know, the stress with grieving and just trying to balance everything, like it didn't help at all. It was to the point where I was taking Tylenol and ibuprofen literally around the clock, because without it, I couldn't even get out of bed. I would wake up out of my sleep crying sometimes just because I was in so much pain. And I wound up going to my primary care doctor for something else. And I told her that I needed a new dermatologist, because the dermatologist I was going to previously, they were having some back and forth with my insurance. And so at one point they were like, oh yeah, we're not accepting this insurance anymore, whatever. Anyway, so I told her I needed a new one. She gave me a recommendation for a new one. And so I had a visit scheduled with her, I believe in June. So it took a couple of months, because I think it was around April maybe that I had seen my primary care doctor. So it took a couple months before I could even get in to see her. Now, in one of my recent videos, I talked about taking clindamycin and rifampin for like a treatment plan, and it worked for a little while, and then it just stopped working. So that's kind of where I was at. Like, I wasn't taking anything outside of the pain meds, and like I said, things were just getting really bad. So at that point, I was just like, you know what, I just want to have like an actual surgery where they go in and just take all of whatever the issue is, just take it all, because I literally couldn't deal. Like, on a day-to-day basis, it was just so hard for me. So I went to this new dermatologist, and I was basically giving her the rundown. Like, I was just like, listen, this is what I've tried, this is what I've been told to try, and this is where I'm at mentally. Cut me open, because I don't want to keep doing this. And at the time, I knew of, so Humira was one of the first biologics, I think, that was approved to treat HS. And that was one thing that was being suggested to me. But honestly, I didn't want to take that. With all the side effects, that was scaring me. And also, it's a medicine that you self-administer. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want that. So then I believe in the end of December 2023, I believe it was December, there was a biologic approved called Cosentyx, and I didn't know much about it, so I brought that up to her, because
we wind up talking about treatment options. Because basically within their system, the surgeons required you to be on a treatment plan before they even considered excising anything. Basically because if you're experiencing a lot of inflammation, it can make recovery harder. It can make it can increase the amount of area that needs to be excised and all that. So just to avoid that, they want you to be on a treatment plan. And then also, like, surgery is not a cure, and it's not something that is going to eliminate all the issues. You can have surgery and then you can wind up flaring back up. So being on a treatment plan in combination with having surgery is kind of like, you know, little tag team effort to make your day-to-day living a lot easier, pretty much. So anyway, we were going over treatment options. Sit back. We were going over treatment options, and you know, of course we talked about like antibiotics and stuff like that, but she was basically saying, like, I could put you on some antibiotics, but the antibiotics are obviously going to take a lot longer to work and reduce the inflammation in your system than getting on something like a biologic. So we talked about the biologics, and Cosentyx is kind of similar to Humira, in which you self-administer the medication to yourself. But I don't really know too much about the side effects still, because I told her, I was like, listen, if I gotta be the one to inject myself, I'm not gonna do it. And my husband, he's great and he would do it for me, but I already know that I just already know how that would go. Like, I would be fighting him to do it, like, and he'd be like, girl, come on. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to do it. It'll just be this big whole thing. So she wound up telling me about this medication called Remicade, and it is a medication that you would go and get infused. And so I was like, you know what, sign me up. So I've been on Remicade since August of last year. And honestly, after my first infusion, it was like a night and day difference. I felt like a brand new person. Ever since then, it's been a whole lot better. I don't experience the same type of pain as I was before. Now, it doesn't completely take away all the pain. Like, there is still some discomfort that I experience, but it's a lot more manageable. And for those of you with HS, you know, like, or anybody with chronic pain, like, a lot of times we're in pain, but, you know, because we're dealing with it all the time, it just becomes, it is what it is. So anyway, however, we did discuss that, you know, the tunnels and tracks and all that were formed were not going to heal up, we're not going to get better with the medication. So that's when we talked about surgery. I wound up having a consultation, I believe, in December, and he was like, yeah, I think you'd be a great candidate or whatever. And he just gave me the rundown of everything, and we scheduled my surgery for the 31st of January. Initially, I was going to have surgery like in my bikini area, but I wound up doing it in my left underarm, because right leading up to the surgery, my left underarm was giving me so, like, it was hurting so bad, and it had previously been excised and all that, and it just wasn't getting better even with having an infusion. So I was like, let's do this, because everywhere else is manageable, and that right there, it's not manageable right now. So we did that, and basically what he did was he excised all the skin down to the fatty layer of tissue, if I'm not mistaken, and then left it open for it to heal from the inside out, basically. And the reason why he did that is because he was telling me that their research has just shown that scar tissue is more resistant to developing flares in the future, so that's why they take that approach. So anyway, that's basically kind of like the sum of everything, the gist, yeah. And so like I said earlier, Friday will be 2 weeks since I've had the surgery. My recovery seems to be going pretty well. I haven't had any, like, you know, huge issues or anything like that. Of course, it's like I got a big old open wound under my arm, so, you know, it's whatever comes with that. But other than that, I've been okay. I've been taking it easy, and honestly, I was just a lot more prepared for this surgery than I was for the procedure that I had under my right underarm a couple years ago. So it's been going a lot better. I've been making sure I take like my vitamins, and I've been eating a lot. Like, I think before I wasn't really even eating like that at all. So I've been making sure to get my meals in or whatever, because if you didn't know, protein is like a major factor in like the healing process when you have like open wounds and stuff like that. So it's important to be consuming enough protein. I don't know that I'm consuming a lot, but it will be more. It's more than what it normally would be. So there's that. But yeah, so that's kind of that. All right, so we finished up with my appointment. Doctor says that everything is healing just fine, and we're gonna have a follow-up visit in a month, but it'll be like a virtual visit, because he was like, unless, you know, something happens and like, I don't know, something comes up and it's not healing right, then then I could come in for a visit. But otherwise, I'll just send him a picture in my chart, and then we'll have a visit. Now we're just sitting and waiting, because my husband had an interview to go to right after the appointment. So we're just chilling and waiting, and then hopefully we're gonna go and get something to eat afterwards, because I'm hungry, and so are the kids. Me and the girls had to use the bathroom, so we stopped in Burlington to go use the bathroom, and then we're gonna just browse around for a little bit, do a little window shopping. This is a cute cup.
Oh,
What? You don't like yellow?
I don't like the style.
What's wrong with it? It looks like your cup.
Mommy.
Oh, I really like that. That would match our living room.
Yeah, that would. But then we had to take the flowers down.
That's okay. It's too small for that wall, honestly. Oh, look at these butterflies.
Oh my gosh. This is so...
Those are nice. This one says, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Put it in. Yeah, where did you get milk? Yeah, we wound up finding our rug here. It was like mistagged. Or it didn't have a tag on it, or something like that. And we wound up getting it for like $60, and it's a really large rug. Normally it would be around like, probably like at least $100 for the size that we had got. Come on, guys. And then you have these cute art stools. Ooh, those are really nice.
for messing with our kids. We can't have stuff like this. They be breaking stuff.
We never break that giant thing that you had the remote on.
I ain't break it. Shoot.
Yes, what'd you find?
Pants. Oh, you know you always find pants in here. Oh, these are nice. Got a little stuff. What's going on here?
Pockets and pockets and pockets.
Literally, pockets inside of pockets. On top of pockets.
Oh, this is a zip to go inside the pocket.
Is that a pocket?
That's
Oh, it's a fake pocket. Aren't these like the cutest pajama shorts? Those are so cute. Got my bills is paid nightgown. But these are cute too. And these have butterflies and polka dots. How much are these? $7. Honestly, that's not bad. You might get mommy what?
No.
She said
The cheeseburgers. Oh, that's not cheeseburgers. That's macaroons.
I thought it was hamburgers.
You was about to give me cheeseburgers?
Yeah, big old cheeseburger to the top of the cheeks.
yep, you be walking the day.
Sir.
What?
What's that? What you want me to put on? This?
This game.
Where I'ma wear that?
At home.
At home? Yeah, you right. Look what he trying to put me in, y'all.
No,
What is this?
no, the blue one.
The blue one?
No. What?
Ew.
All of them ugly?
Yes.
Even the hamburger one?
Even the hamburgers. That's ugly. Look at this Aldo bag. She's cute. I don't have many purses, honestly. I typically I'll get one bag every now and again, and then I'll just wear it until I can't wear it anymore. We weren't coming in here for anything for real. Like I said, just had to use the bathroom. Now we're gonna figure out something to eat. So dark and dreary out, and just put it down. We decided to come to Mayflower to get some dinner because we missed lunch. It's late. And yeah, so we're just gonna go in here, sit down, eat some good old fried fish and stuff. It's cold. It's okay. It's freezing. So we just got done eating. Everybody is nice and full. Now we got the itis. How was dinner?
Oh, it was pretty good. Great, actually.
Yeah. We haven't had Mayflower in a couple of years, honestly. So it was good. Dinner was so good. Everybody had the itis afterwards. So we came home, I put a movie on for the kids, everybody just got comfortable. Me and my husband pretty much just talked until it was time to go to bed. So yeah, but I wanted to talk to you guys more about my experiences being on Remicade and like my surgical experience. As I mentioned, I've been on Remicade since August, and before starting Remicade, I had multiple open wounds and they had been there for months. Like my bikini line was basically like split open, and along with like a couple other areas. And
that had been that way for months. And I didn't think that was going to be fixed with medication. I thought that I was just gonna have to have surgery to fix that. But honestly, I want to say after my third infusion, it started to close up, and now we're at the space where everything that was open previously is completely closed up. As far as side effects, I do experience like fatigue after an infusion. I'm typically like very tired afterwards. And then something that I've noticed is that my eczema seems to be consistently flared up since starting it. But it's kind of like a weird situation where when I go to get an infusion done, usually my eczema will calm down for about a week or two and then it's back flared up. I've always had eczema, but throughout like my adult life, it really doesn't affect me as much. Typically, if anywhere flares, it's usually like my hands from like being in water and, you know, doing too much with my hands, or sometimes like the inside of my elbows might flare up a little bit. But other than that, I don't really have, I haven't really had any issues. But now that I've been on the medication, it seems to just be like chronically flared. My neck in particular is really, really bad. Yeah, that's a whole other situation. So I'm constantly like, I'm looking for ways to kind of combat that, because it is quite annoying. It's very itchy, it's very irritated, and it doesn't look good. But that is pretty much it as far as like side effects go. As far as how often I get flares, I would say it has decreased. A lot of what I experience now is more so extensions of what's already there. So not necessarily new flares, but like the areas that already exist, like sometimes I guess they'll just be a little more irritated than usual, and I'll experience inflammation and discomfort that way. But for the most part, I don't really see any new flares appearing or anything like that. And then when I do get a flare, I'm not super uncomfortable. The pain is more localized to wherever I'm experiencing the flare at, versus before when I would get a flare, it was very like, instead of being localized, the pain was like generalized to the area of where I was experiencing the flare. So if I would get a flare under my arm, it's like my whole arm hurts versus just that particular spot, if that makes sense. Because Remicade is a biologic, a biologic, and it is an immunosuppressant, I do take immune support supplements. So I take a combination of vitamin D3 with vitamin C, zinc, and elderberry, and it also has turmeric in it. I feel like I'm missing something. The supplement that I take, I've been taking it consistently enough to know, to notice like a difference and know that it actually does help. There was a period of time where I was like, I ran out of them and I wasn't taking them, and I can definitely tell the difference. Okay, it actually does help. And I think it's because there's like turmeric in there, which, you know, is really great for inflammation. And then zinc is also really good for wound healing. As far as my surgical experience, so I got there at 6 a.m. on that Friday, and they prepped me and everything, and they started my surgery around like 7:30. I think he finished around 8,
I think around like 8 o'clock, because I was awake for a while before they sent me back into the room with my husband. So no, that's not right. I meant not 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm getting my times mixed up, y'all. I got it. So they wheeled me back for surgery around 7:30, and I think he finished up around 8:30. And then by the time I was back with my husband, it was around 9 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I believe that sounds right. They did prescribe me some pain medication to take, so I was taking that. That Saturday, the very next day, I was able to move around a bit and I was feeling okay. Funny enough, I wound up getting a flare under my right underarm, and that was hurting me more than my left underarm was, which is crazy. But I was moving around a bit on Saturday. I got yelled at by my husband because he was like, you need to be in the bed. And I was like, but I feel fine. So what's the problem? And he was like, you're the problem. I wound up taking his advice, and on Sunday, I don't believe I took any pain medicine for real. I think I was only taking it by Sunday. I only needed to take it at night before I went to bed. And I pretty much stayed in the bed all day Sunday and just rested. It is really difficult for me to just sit around and do absolutely nothing like all day long. Eventually I'm gonna get up and do something, but I ultimately realized, like, girl, like, you just had surgery, you need to sit down somewhere. Like, you know, it's one thing to feel good, but it's also another thing that, like, you physically just need to rest so that your body can do what it needs to do and heal. I am not at the point where I can do dressing changes on my own just yet, like, comfortably. Like, I can do it if I have to, but it's a very uncomfortable experience. So my husband has been amazing throughout this process and just helping me with wound changes. I did wind up asking the surgeon about, like, what else I can do, because so far we've been taping the bandages, but that tape been tearing my skin up. So he told me I could get, like, some type of, like, shirt to put on that'll just hold the bandage in place. But when I was looking online on Amazon, I really didn't see, like, what he was talking about. And I looked up, like, compression shirts and stuff like that, but from the looks of it, they didn't look like they were going to be tight enough in that area to actually, like, hold it in place. Because we do, like, a layer of gauze with, like, Vaseline on it, and then, like, a dry gauze, but that Vaseline makes it, like, slippery, so it just be sliding around. So I'm just like, I don't know that it'll hold it in place enough. So I'm still looking for an alternative. Right now I'm thinking of using like compression wraps, and just, like, wrapping it around my whole chest to keep the bandage in place. And because, yeah, I have several more months of having to do this, and like I said, the tape is just tearing my skin up. The plan was to have surgery in other areas as well, like in my bikini area and all that, but I'm thinking of potentially, like, holding off on that. I'll probably do my other underarm, but I'm thinking of holding off on my bikini area and seeing how much more progress we can make with the medication. Because I will say that seeing this
wound under my arm, I just can't fathom seeing that down there. Like, it's just completely open. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. There's that. I think I mentioned that already, that I have a follow-up visit with him in a month. And I will continue to keep you guys updated as far as like how everything is healing and all that. If there was anything you wanted more clarity on, or if you had any questions that I didn't answer in this video, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Like I said, I'll continue to keep you guys updated on my healing process and all of that. But that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today's video. So I will catch you guys on the next video. And of course, thank you for watching. As always, God bless. I'll see you guys next time.